I was a little heartbroken because everything except for the ending made it in. So that at the time I was so heartbroken because I loved my ending. It was the hardest thing to come up with, probably the thing I sat on the most trying to figure out, and that was the only thing that didn't make it in. I tried to get some reshoots to happen, but scheduling wasn't working, like between my actor and whatnot. So finally I had to say, you know what? I hate the phrase settle because it's just, or the word settle, because it's just something, as an artist, I think you can agree, you don't want to do it. Like you don't want to do it.
No.
Settling for less means it's going to be something that wasn't your vision, and that just alone is the most frustrating sounding thing to say out loud. But what at first was really quite a nuisance actually ended up being a great blessing. I had to obviously improv and, fool around with some post stuff, whatnot with editing, to figure out what I was going to do exactly for this ending. And what I did settle on, the way it does end, I was like, I think I might actually prefer this a little more to the way it was intended to be. Because I don't know, it's the presentation of it is just, not what I set out to do, but had my reel, come out perfect, this sort of ambiguous ending, if you will, would have never happened.
Going back to what you said about, the word settle, Steven Spielberg doesn't watch his own films because he said all he will see is the compromises that he made, which is, perfectly understandable. Even I have a little bit of a hard time watching my short film Recovery because there's a whole scene that was supposed to be in the middle of it that got lost, but that did make for a better short film because it kind of streamlined it and compacted, because that scene wasn't in there. It made for a better paced story, but there was a scare in there that I really wanted to be in there. Yeah, so it's perfectly understandable why you felt that way. You worked so hard on coming up with that ending, and for it to not be useful. That's the thing that comes with filmmaking, especially being the director. Being a director is just another word, for problem solver. You're gonna have to solve some problems early in the process, in the middle in the process, and right before your film premieres. It just comes with the territory. So we knew what we were getting ourselves into.
I think the phrase like making the best of it really is true, because obviously, that being said, if you're making the best of something, you're, the way I see it, like, say it might be a funny analogy, but say you're trying to build a house, you're out in the wilderness, but you don't have that many trees. You're not going to be able to build a mansion out of like very limited trees, but you'll be able to build something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. It may not be what you want always, but a lot of times you'll actually surprise yourself